Phyllis.
Over there, I'm sorry, okay, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out on this beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. We always appreciate our wonderful friends and family because we say that at Buffalo Art Studios, we are a community. And so we don't always feel like artist and administrator and audience, we do feel like we're all part of the same community. So thank you for coming out and joining us tonight. This exhibition is the final exhibition in a series that began back in May titled Justice in the Arts. And it was built out of the idea that artists and curators and educators can affect real change in a community. And we believed in this idea, and that is why we work so hard. And those of you that know us knows we work very, very hard here. And so out of that idea of affecting change, we began to ask ourselves some questions. And this was about 2 years ago. And we came to this place where we realized that we wanted to advocate for justice, for ecological justice, and environmental justice, social justice, and representational justice. And these ideas have guided this series of exhibitions that have come across about 6 months. And they are generously funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, NISCA, New York State Council for the Arts, also Open Buffalo, Sam McGavern and his lovely wife, Monica Engel, who's not here, I thought I saw them. But we have a number of supporters that have made this possible, so I want to thank them. But we are having our artist introductions, as we like to call them. They're not truly artist talks because people will continue to come into the gallery and it's very difficult to hear sometimes. So what I like to call them artist introductions. I will introduce the artists who will speak for a few minutes, but please, if you're interested, if you want to have a conversation with them, approach them and speak with them. If you have a question, you can approach myself. I'm Shirley Verico, the curator. The lovely man working the camera is Dana Terrell. He is our community and marketing coordinator. Jane Hughes is our education director. She's going to wave. And Alma Carrillo in the fabulous dress is our executive director and fearless leader. So with those introductions, I'm going to begin with Paloma because we're in her gallery. And after Paloma's done, we will have Phyllis speak. I'm sorry that we can't move our very heavy equipment. So she's going to speak here, but you can certainly go speak with her about her work in the gallery. So Paloma, I got to know from when she was a professor in Rochester. She has recently moved. But Paloma, now I get nervous, Barhaugh Bordas. Okay, very good. So here's Paloma to speak about her work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shirley. I don't know that I've ever held a microphone. So,
well, closer.
Closer. Okay. I am so grateful to have this exhibition here. And Shirley interviewed me maybe over a year ago. And so I also appreciate the faith in work that it can maybe have its own organic flow in nature, and that is the short or kind way of saying that what she saw in my studio at that time was much different than what is here in the gallery. And yet she has been incredibly supportive, and I really appreciate this space for providing me the opportunity to show new things that I've been working on. To speak a little bit to the work, and I would love to talk to any of you individually after this, but give you some overarching themes of it. I began this in early summer at maybe the thought process behind it was developing while I was in the midst of teaching in Rochester, but the work really didn't begin until the summer when I was an artist in residence at Women's Studio Workshop in Rosendale, New York, which is a magnificent, wonderful space. Supporting women artists for over 70 years. And what I was working on there was a series of maybe prompts or questions, and I categorized them by week, and I tried to be really organized and productive with it, which of course kind of fell apart, but came back together in the end. One of the things I was thinking about was invasive species of plants. How human beings put this kind of title on things and then are enabled to be aggressive towards species and sometimes occasionally human beings, considering them maybe not not welcome or not native to a certain place, which does beg a lot of questions about what native means. I think about that a lot. I think about ancestral lands a lot. I have a very diverse family. Not very many generations have lived in the United States, and so ancestral lands are something that I kind of am always searching for. And right now I'm looking for that through plants. So a lot of the prints that you see that feature botanical objects are non-native species that I found in various landscapes, and they change over the season. So the most recent is in the back. It's a goldenrod staff that made me very allergic for a week. Totally worth it. So looking at those was really a really exciting and fun experience, because I was working in the print shop and then working out in the fields and just gathering things and seeing what I would see and figuring out whether it was invasive or not. So I learned a lot about where it was. And as someone who moves around a lot and is kind of searching for roots, learning about where I am by going out and understanding what's growing around me is a pretty empowering way of doing that. Maybe sort of straightforward, but it works for me. And then I also am really interested in, maybe this is something that some of you will, as you walk around, can think about, is how we might look at prints and printmaking in a way that's off of the wall. So that had something to do with bodies and being in a body and looking at prints, not as something that you're looking at, but maybe looking over or maybe looking across at, and how we might interact a little bit more in a bodily way with art. So that was another thing I was thinking about. And then I think that might, perspectival shifts. I think that we're in a time and climate, maybe politically, maybe socially, maybe environmentally, that is complex. And things are not one-dimensional, they don't have one answer. And we should maybe welcome a more complicated discussion of issues that are difficult to broach. So there isn't one answer to what this work is about. But if you bring your experience to it, I'm sure you'll find something that resonates with you, and I'd be grateful for that interaction.
You did very well for a first-time microphone. That was wonderful. And Paloma is a teacher, in case that wasn't obvious, which I think it was. She's a teacher. As I said, she was at RIT, and now you're at Ithaca, correct? So it's not surprising that she was able to speak so articulately about her work. And I do have to, not get misty, introducing, Phyllis Thompson is a studio artist here. She's part of our community, and really a dear member of our community, and I am so thrilled. When I first approached Phyllis, she wasn't sold on this idea. She wasn't sure. And I said, no, I think this is going to work, Phyllis. And it is breathtaking. And I am so honored that you chose to show a big body of work here with us at Buffalo Art Studios, and I'm so happy to have you as part of our community.
Well, the very first thing I was going to do, and I'll do it, was thank the staff, and in particular Shirley, for pushing me. Because, am I not? Is this better?
Yes.
But Shirley in particular, with backup, asked me to show, told me I was going to, anyway, and offered so much support and confidence in me, more than I had myself, in that I work really small, so it wasn't about not showing per se, but my pieces have been anyway relatively small, by 10 and so on. I just couldn't imagine filling up either one of these spaces. I've been working with, inspired by memories of family, in particular childhood memories of traveling to Maryland to visit my grandparents on the farm, listening to my mom and dad talk about the good old times, you might say, and so I was just curious as to how they grew up, what kinds of experiences did you have in the places where you lived. My father fixed radios, and this was a while ago, so the radios, I remember a box of tubes, glass tubes, so it was way back then, and he would plug the tubes in the back of the radio and fix his radios. And my mother, she liked to sew, among other things. So I look at that as, you know, coming from parents that wanted to and did make things, use their hands. And that's really significant even now for me, because I think that I developed, you know, out of that foundation and background of using your hands, of remaking things, of making do, you might say, with something old, recycling and so on. During some of the visits to Maryland, I noted my grandmother sitting on the porch, and you're smiling, you know this story, but, and she would make little circles that were gathered and then attached to create what's called a yo-yo quilt or yo-yo coverlet. And so, with both a mom and a grandmother who quilted, who worked with fabric, who made our clothing and so on, I, in particular, was just really thrilled. I don't know why. I wondered, why do you remember some things and why don't you remember other experiences? But this yo-yo making in particular, all these little circles that she would put in a bag and save and save and save, and at some point they became a coverlet. It's really significant later on for me as I was growing up, as I went to school. And I think that there is something in seeing her with hands that were arthritic, the memories that can fade and that can come to fore at times, because they create their foundation for me. They are a background, something that I can stand on, that I come from. And I can look at these bits and pieces and say, well, I'm a visual artist now, but there are these parts and pieces that all come together, and they come together in pieces too, because you forget memories. And then they evolve, they come back behind a sound, or something you taste, or a car ride, or whatever. So I'm jumping around a little bit, but the circles in particular you see in my work. And I thought I was going to be on the other side, so I was going to walk to the very pieces, but we can do that afterwards. But I just taken that circle as me, as a part of me, and that yo-yo, you might say, and you'll see it up here, you'll see it with large, small. I like layering, I'm doing other things with the circle. I'm not obviously making coverless, that's not important, it's not important to do that. But the circle as a continuum is something that is foundational for me, that I come from, is really important, it's very meaningful. You also see old photographs reproduced in my work. And I'll quickly make the reference to the photographs is about a box of photographs that was under my mother's bed. And my mother had Alzheimer's disease eventually, but developed dementia and had to leave her house. And so I was in Philadelphia. I lived in Buffalo, in Milwaukee at the time, but I actually traveled there to try to check out the house, because my sisters took care of things. But sure enough, I found this box of photographs under her bed. And I took them back to Milwaukee, and they sat for a while, for like a couple years, 3 years. And eventually, it made sense to have them digitized, which I did, which I easily did because I was in Buffalo State, so they did it for me. And I started to use them. In a box under the bed, even in a book. It's a book that's closed and no one sees. It sort of made no sense. And so I asked family members about some of the photographs, some of the people in idea of people dying, but they really don't, if you remember that. If you, and we do that, you know, we celebrate people, other people who come before us. And so the photographs, even if it's someone there that I never met, or would never meet because they'd already come and gone, I include them in the work. I include circles at times. I'm working with the monotype process, so it's very painterly. And also, I was talking with one of my fellow artists about how I like pattern on top of pattern on top of pattern, but I want you to focus, and yet it's a challenge there because sometimes it's color here and color there and pattern and stuff is everywhere on the picture plane. But I like that. I'm starting to work with layering and depth and movement within the pieces too. So some are more symbolic and in terms of a representation of image than others, but I think I'm going on and on this but to just summarize, the memories for me again is foundational in that I see myself as a body of walking stories, you might say, potential narratives. And actually, I think that's the case for all of you too.
Stories, have some food, have some wine, and thank you.